Alright, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. I think we're probably good. Yeah, Bloodlines is awesome. And yes, Meat Pill, it is Bloodlines. Welcome to the stream, guys. Alright, let me get the... Now to get this popped out. It's actually been like a month since I last did this on YouTube. There we go. Yeah, nah, I do need to check out Brutal Doom 64. I watched a review on it the other day and it looks pretty awesome. Alright. Hey, Ronnie! How you doing, man? Hey. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done this, so I'm trying to figure out how to remove the damn video. Remove the video! Video, go away. YouTube gaming, why are you so confusing? Ah, that's how. Okay. So you have to pop out the chat, then pop out the chat again. It's so weird, man. It is all good. Alright, guys. Let me change my headphone setup here. And actually, what I do need to do is I need to do one more test. Sorry, guys. My stream here is configured for Twitch, not YouTube Gaming, so yeah. Alright, so we've got a face today. Just bear with me here, guys. It's been a while. Hey, power user. Steve, what's going on, man? Yeah, GGG, man. Yep. I watched his review of it. Alright, guys. I'm going to close the chat for just a quick second. What I love about the YouTube chat is that the chat stays. Like, you can close it out and go back to it, and it's all there. Hey, Andy, how you doing, man? Yeah, sorry, guys. I'm a total noob at YouTube gaming. It's all foreign to me. Oh, no. It's showing me an advertisement on my own damn video. Why do you do that, YouTube? Kelsey, how you doing? Nincito. Always wanted to play Bloodlines, but it's hard to find in Europe. That's why God invented the EverDrive. No, seriously though, the EverDrive is the way to go to play these more expensive games. All right, I need to All right, testing. Yeah, man, it's been a long time. Hey, Beefy. Test. All right, looks like we're probably good now. Okay, it's synced up now. All right, video, get out of here. Is the video choppy for you guys, or is it just me? I hope it's just me. You bought your copy from a coworker. Nice. Alright, so one last thing, guys. I'm going to integrate the chat. This is something I did not do last time I streamed on YouTube Gaming. It seems laggy. Okay. That's not good. One thing I might have to do is actually turn the webcam off. This computer sucks. So it's come 2017, it'll be 8 years old. Actually, parts of it are like 9 years old. So Hyperstone Heist, £1. Nice, very nice. It is choppy for you guys? Okay, well if it's choppy for you, then I might have to do something then. We're not getting dropped frames, so it's definitely a resource and performance issue. So sorry for that, guys. Let me do some stuff here. I might just turn the webcam off. I thought it'd be cool to have the webcam up. Check this out. Chat integration. Might be hard to read on the final product, but whatever. Alright. You know, we might even just go super basic. I might just forego the whole template thing. Oh, look at that. Fits perfectly. It's weird that it's really choppy because it's like super smooth for me on my preview, and normally if it's smooth in my preview, it's going to be smooth on the stream. So trying to make sure I don't have anything else open. That's pretty much it. All right, I take it it's still choppy, guys. No chop here on Beefy's end. Well, Beefy, you are just anti-chop material, aren't you? It seems fine now. Okay. It seems fine? Okay, that's great, guys. If it starts getting really choppy again, just let me know. Hey, K39, how you doing? All right. Woo! Welcome to the stream, guys. I think we are okay now. Like I said, if anything happens, just let me know. You know, what I might be able to do is actually just get out of this whole stream section. The lagging people. The lagging people. Now I want to listen to Antichrist Superstar. It's not lagging anymore there? Okay. So if it's not lagging for you guys, if it's not lagging for most of you guys out there, then we're good. If it does start lagging again, just let me know. Dues up? That's right. You know what's weird is it looks like I can't actually watch my own stream. I can't watch my own stream on my phone. That's kind of weird. Like, it doesn't pop up on my videos list. So basically what I'd like to do is... Oh no, there it is. Okay. I'm gonna see how it looks on my phone. Alright, so let's at least get into the game. Yeah, Meat Pill. It was a lot of videos, actually. By the end of October, I was just like, God, I'm glad this is over. So, I hope you guys enjoyed them. Alright, so the stream's on my phone. Just making sure it's not... David, this is a real game. We are playing on an actual Sega Genesis. I'm using RGB out from the Sega Genesis. The Genesis has some of the best RGB out there, and that's going into a Framemeister upscaler. The Genesis RGB, through you know, being upscaled, almost looks emulator quality. It's really amazing. I gotta say, it's a little awkward playing this game after playing so much Castlevania 3 during October. Like, a lot of you guys don't know, like, I recorded a couple videos for YouTube. Man, it's choppy on my phone. And again, I think I'm probably doing a lot on my phone. But yeah, I actually, I did multiple Castlevania 3 videos on YouTube, but I played the hell out of that game on Twitch through October. Like, every single week I was playing that game. Even last Thursday, I think I ran through the game 3 times and did the second loop twice. Quality looks nice? Okay. Yeah, my big concern is the frame rate. I'm always a stickler for the frame rate on YouTube. I am doing 60 frames a second, so it should look pretty fluid as long as it's not chopping up for people. Nice, Meat Pill. Nice. I'm glad you've been enjoying them, dude. Yeah, it's still choppy from my phone, but I am on a Galaxy S3. It's an older phone. Alright, if you guys say it's smooth, I'm gonna trust your word. And if if this starts to get choppy, we'll just dumb down things so it smooths itself out. Hey, Super Cruncha, how you doing? Y2J. I don't usually take suggestions actually, but I mean, you guys are more than welcome to suggest games, but whether I play them or not is another story altogether. But that never hurts. It might actually be something I might want to play. A lot of times when I stream, I don't really have a game plan for the most part. Except for right now, I did want to play Castlevania Bloodlines. It's been a while since I played through this game. I played through almost every other Castlevania during October. It was like, well, I gotta go play Bloodlines now. But yeah, a lot of times when I stream, I don't usually have like a set game plan. I might be like, oh, I'm going to stream Nintendo tonight, or I'm going to stream Sega Genesis or Sega CD or something like that. But as far as the actual games I stream, it's usually just kind of up in the air. Depends on how I feel. You know, I'm very moody when I play video games. I have to like pick and choose and like experiment a little bit for something to sort of click with me, if you know what I mean. Mostly smooth with occasional chops. Okay. Ronnie, NES Classic is supposed to be out November 11th. Wait. Where's it supposed to come out today? Wait, the hell? I kind of want to just stop the stream and go to Walmart and see if they have one. Who the hell am I kidding? I'm not going to play it anyway. I already have an NES. I already have an AVS. Like, I really don't need the NES Mini, and I really have no money right now. Well, I think a lot of places have been reviewing it. Yeah, I won't be able to get mad at Ninja Turtles again because I already know what to expect now. Yeah, when I got mad in that video, I had no idea the Technodrome was going to be that bad. And I think I had played for like an hour up to that point. That's one of my only things about Bloodlines. It's a little weird playing it after playing like Dracula X and Castlevania 3's. Your whip feels really short in this game compared to other Castlevanias. Vector Man 2. I'm more likely to play the first Vector Man. Ronnie. Jesus Christ, man. Alright, guys. Meat pill. That's kind of creepy, man. Just slightly. Alright, I know some of you guys want to see my face, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna remove the webcam because that is kind of a resource hog. Unfortunately, sorry guys. Damn it. I was actually thinking about doing this earlier anyway. I was like, you know, this actually fits. You know, having that stream label. So what I'd love to do is actually build a new PC, but the money is... It's going to be super tight for quite some time. And what I'm going to do here... Hey, Arioka. How you doing, man? Yeah, I didn't get along well with Rystar either. I mean, it seems kind of cool, but it wasn't that engaging for me. Like, I think I'm going to force myself to play through it sometime, and then I'll eventually do a Let's Play on it. But right now, it's... I don't know. It didn't really click with me that much. Alright, we're going to remove some of these Twitch things, too, because that'll eat up some memory. Okay. I'm going to change this. Yeah, so where do you see this Genesis logo? Like in between like the two or the three... The middle window on the left-hand side of the screen. I normally have like latest follower notifications from Twitch. When I stream Twitch from this computer, I usually have a little more interaction going with the stream. So if somebody follows me, it'll pop up on the stream, and their name will show up on the stream until somebody else follows me. But on YouTube, that's not really a thing. So, so what I'm going to do... Yay! Brand labeling. Alright, so let me know if the frame rate improves. We chopped out the webcam, so that should be some resources freed up. Yeah, it shows that my CPU is at 70% right now, so that's not good. One of the other big issues is that I'm using OBS 32 right now. My old Elgato Game Capture HD will not work with OBS 64 for some odd reason, so... Really, Mountain Dew? Sell a pinball? No, that's... I actually sold off my expensive pinball machines to pay off my car. And then after that, I bought some cheap pinball machines because I don't want to be without pinball. And so... selling those is going to be like if I absolutely have to, but I don't absolutely have to right now, so. I do actually have a different laptop out in the main room that I use for streaming. I might get to the point where I'll just start using it in here as well. But I don't know, it's not really that convenient. My CPU is a AMD Phenom 2 940. From 2009 or so. And I'm using DDR2 RAM. My motherboard is nice and old, so it takes DDR2. And I've got 8 gigs. I'm actually going to look at upgrading the memory because I found that you can get like 16 gigs of DDR2 800. Like 4 gig sticks a piece, and I have 4 slots on my motherboard. It takes up to... I think it takes up to 16. I have to check the motherboard manual. I'm pretty sure it's 16. So maybe like the next Google payout, I'll do that. I'll buy that RAM. That should help a little bit. Arioka, try seeing if you can adjust the video quality on YouTube. If that doesn't work, I can try to zoom in the chat window a little bit. Well, yeah, I know PC components are cheaper, but when a standard or format goes out of being the norm, the price on it goes up because There's no demand for it anymore. They don't make it as frequently. So a couple years ago when I tried upgrading DDR to a lot of DDR2 800, it was like I had to get 4 GB sticks, and they were like $100 a piece. It was stupid. But a couple coworkers pointed out to me, we did some searching last week, actually. No, it was the week before. And I could just buy some like cheapo, no-name brand RAM. Not no-name brand, it was probably... See, normally I'll buy something like Corsair, which is a little more expensive, obviously. But it's RAM. You don't really need fancy heat sinks and stuff like that on it. Oh, okay, Arioko. Thanks, man. I was worried that I was going to have to zoom in my chat and do more configuring. I'm sure you guys don't want to see me dick around with configuration settings anymore. Y2J, no, I never had Sega Channel. I actually didn't have a Sega Genesis when the Sega Channel was a thing. What am I driving nowadays? Yeah, I have a Mazda 6 from 2006. Congrats, man. Yeah. Building a PC that cheap, that's pretty cool. Has the frame rate improved, guys? That's actually what I'm really curious about right now. Okay, yeah, it was a resource thing, as I expected. When I do like PC streams, like Doom and stuff like that, I can stream with OBS 64. So it's obviously, you know, it's using a lot more RAM at that point. Taking advantage of the 64-bit CPU. But when I do console streams in this room, I have to do, unfortunately, I have to do OBS 32. Because my old Elgato Game Capture HD does not work with OBS 64. And I, unfortunately, don't have USB 3.0 ports in this computer. And so my Elgato HD60S, which I have in the other room, unfortunately won't work on this machine, so... Yeah, when I do PC streams, like if I stream Doom or something, I can use OBS 64, and then I can use a webcam just fine. It's not a problem. Francesco, you can ask me what game I'm playing. I am here. I am reading the chat. We are playing Castlevania Bloodlines. I could actually go to the... Here's what we'll do. This is something I don't really do that often on Twitch. What we'll do is delete that. Add some fancy text. See, guys, you guys are making me a better streamer by the moment. There you go, guys. There you go. And actually, what I should do, I'm going to bring OBS over. Just so I can make sure the stream's up and running and working and all that good stuff. There we go. I have two monitors here. I just literally pointed at the webcam like I was actually using it. Yeah, I don't enjoy Truxton that much. I'm not actually a big fan of it. I don't really care for it that much, honestly. So I probably will not play Truxton. Genesis does what PS4 and Xbox One don't. Wow. Yeah, a lot of people seem to like Truxton. I don't really get into it. I think it's very archaic, very early Toe Plan. It's not to say I don't like old shmups. Like I love like Flying Shark, Sky Shark, you know, games like that. 1943. But Truxton just feels very rigid. The firepower doesn't feel satisfying to me. The action doesn't feel very satisfying. The enemy layouts don't feel satisfying to me. So it's just not a very... Oh, the soundtrack. I really don't like the soundtrack in Truxton. Truxton 2 is kind of the same way. It just has like a very happy-go-lucky kind of soundtrack. It's weird. I like stuff like Twin Cobra and Raiden and things like that when it comes to music in my shmups. Fire Shark, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, not a huge fan of Truxton, unfortunately. So if Mark banishes me into space, what is he gonna do? Like, make me do unboxing videos for all eternity? Yeah, Truxton in Thunder Force 2 very early. Thunder Force 2 is another shining example of a shooter on the Genesis I really don't like. Especially Thunder Force 2. I can play Truxton. I've played quite a bit of Truxton. I can't play Thunder Force 2, man. That game is just so archaic. I can't get into it. I've tried. I don't even like Thunder Force 3 that much. Which is why if I do a shmups from worst to best video, I think you guys are gonna get a kick out of like where I place some of these shooters. I definitely raised some eyebrows with my SNES one. I still get frequent comments being like, "Yo, bro, you're on crack." It'll be even worse with the Genesis. Yeah, I don't really like Soul Feast either. I've tried getting into Soul Feast. Soul Dees, I mean, it's the same thing. Really, yeah. Yeah, so my favorite shoot-em-ups on the Genesis are Thunder Force 4, or Lightning Force, Musha, Twin Cobra. Trying to think of other shmups in the Genesis I like really love, and I'm drawing blanks right now. Not really a big fan of the Genesis port of Raiden. Undead Line's definitely up there, but that's Japanese exclusive. Man, do I really not like that many shoot-em-ups on Genesis? Steel Empire is pretty cool, but eh. Yeah, but Arioka, I love Thunder Force 4, so, you know, it more than makes up for it. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no R-Type on the Genesis. Otherwise, yes, that would be near the top of my list. I love the R-Type series. Gaieres, really not a fan of Gaieres, unfortunately. Genesis had a lot of shoot-em-ups that were very bland to me. You know, bland graphics, bland animation, bland enemy layouts and designs, and so forth. Gaieres kind of falls into that category for me. Zero Wing is bland. I like Hellfire. Hellfire's pretty cool. That's a Toa Plant shmup. Wings of War. Wings of War, it's interesting. Battlemania 2, I have not. Do I like Earthbound? I have barely played Earthbound, so I can't really say if I like it or not. Elemental Master, I do like Elemental Master. Elemental Master for me isn't that challenging. And it's also not that... It's not super engaging. Like, I don't mind if a shmup's not super challenging. Like, Musha's not really that hard, honestly. But it really absorbs me with, like, the graphics and sounds and so forth. And it can get intense in the later stages. Which is why, even though, like, Musha's not really that hard, it's one of my favorites in the system. But Elemental Master is a solid shmup, definitely. I do recommend you guys try that out. I did a Let's Play of it a couple months back, actually. Crimson Clover. Isn't that on Steam? If it is, I'm pretty sure I have it. And I haven't really played it much. Battlemania 2. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a shot sometime. Hey, Blargman! How you doing, man? Look, buddy, I'm finally on YouTube Gaming. Just as I promised. So guys, just a heads up, I'm going to try to stream on YouTube Gaming maybe like twice a month. It'll be most likely on Thursdays. And hopefully it'll be earlier on Thursdays as well. The only reason it wasn't earlier today... Wow, I actually made that for a change. I usually die trying to do that. I'm actually running a pinball tournament on Saturday, and so I had to go to the place that has the pinball machines today. Tonight, I should say. And, you know, try them all out, make sure... You know, try to figure out what all the issues are with them, just to get an idea of what I'm going into on Saturday. So I was there until about midnight, which is why this stream's starting really late. But what I'm going to be trying to do is streaming probably twice a month on YouTube. YouTube Gaming. Thursday's going to be the day for that, most likely. So if you want to see me stream on YouTube, definitely check out for me, or watch out for me on Thursdays. Not every Thursday, most likely, but some Thursdays. I'm gonna try to do it every other week. So I probably won't do this next week, but I'll try to do it the week after, that sort of thing. And I'll just be doing random stuff. I'm gonna be trying to do stuff that's not gonna be related to like Let's Plays and stuff like that. I do that over at Twitch. Like I'll play over at Twitch and practice for Let's Play videos. But I'm not going to do that here, because then that'll be kind of redundant. I know there's a lot of you guys out there that don't watch Twitch. And so I don't want to be practicing Let's Plays on YouTube when you're going to be watching them anyway. When I actually record them. I'd rather you watch my Let's Plays than watch me stream. Than stream my Let's Plays. So... Oops. I always forget he does that. In Sector X, Battle Squadron, Aeroflash, Airbuster, Biohazard, Battle Curse, Darwin, Fire Shark. Fire Shark is good. Haven't really... Airbuster, I haven't played enough of. Biohazard Battle, not really a fan. I probably would be a fan if the soundtrack was actually good, but it sounds like farts, basically. Aeroflash, haven't played it. Battle Squadron, nah, not really into it. Oops. Wow, you don't die instantly when you touch that. That's good to know. In Sector X, I don't think I'm really a big fan of in Sector X either. I haven't played enough of it, but it didn't grab me when, Please tell me I like Phelios. I do not like Phelios, actually. I think Phelios is crap, actually. Arioka, I have standards, man. You gotta remember that. Nah, it's not crap. Crap is being really harsh, but, I think Phelios is actually deceiving. And that it... Whoops! It looks like a really cool game when you first start it, and then you start playing it for a while, then you're like, ooh, this actually isn't very good. Bloodlines Encore. Portrait of Ruin! Oh, man. Don't even get me started on Portrait of Ruin, man. Mike, you like all those really, like... You like... I noticed that your favorite games are the ones that, like, everybody else hates. So... So I could see why you love Portrait of Ruin. Yeah, it's actually kind of funny when it comes to the Metroidvanias. The second on each on each platform is my least favorite. So, Harmony of Dissonance on the Game Boy Advance, hate it. I can't stand that game. And then Portrait of Ruin. I can stand Portrait of Ruin, but I prefer not to play it. I'd just much rather play Order of Ecclesia and Dawn of Sorrow. And I have. Whenever I go to play those games, I play either those two. I don't go back to Portrait. Oh, man. Yeah, Harmony of Dissonance, to me, it was just such a chore to play through. It wasn't any fun, really. It didn't really have a very good soundtrack. I probably would have been able to put up with it if it had some amazing music, but it really, to me, it doesn't, unfortunately, so... I could tell you why I don't like Portrait of Ruin. I think the story is just a clusterfuck. Sorry, when we're on YouTube, I don't mean the curse. I gotta watch out for myself. I'm not on Twitch. Really, I don't think the story integration was very good. I'm not a fan of the story. I think that the game has a lot of padding to it. So you go through all these, you know, portraits, which are basically like, you know, mini castles or whatever. And then they make you go through 4 more portraits, which are just variations on the maps you already went to. So you spend a long time going through the game. And mind you, I don't think any of like the main portraits were really that interesting either. I didn't really think the soundtracks for the portraits were really memorable at all. The most memorable music in Castlevania Portrait of Ruin was the actual castle that you're going through, not the portraits, which you spend most of your time in, which was a shame. So the game's got unnecessary padding. Also, the combat doesn't feel satisfying to me. So you've got Jonathan, which is either a whip or a big-ass sword, or other weapons that are just completely useless. So you're either using a big-ass sword, which is super slow, not fast, which you want fast in a game like a Metroidvania kind of game. Think Symphony of the Night. Most of your good weapons in Symphony of the Night were fast. Same with Dawn of Sorrow and Order of Ecclesia, blah, blah, blah. Everything just feels like tank-like in Portrait of Ruin. It doesn't feel satisfying to me. Now, Charlotte's pretty cool with her spells and stuff like that, but Jonathan, the whip-wielding guy, should have been handled much better. He should have had more flexibility. I also think many of the maps in the game are very uninspired. Like when you go to the... God, what's it called? The place that's kind of like you're going almost to like a school in a way. Starts outside, then you go inside this building, and it looks like it's a school of some kind. Very monotonous stuff, just very bland left to right room design, or right to left, depending on which side you're coming in. I'm just not a fan of Portrait of Ruin really at all. I think the bosses are good. And the main castle itself is solid. But once you actually go into portraits, I think the game becomes very boring. And then they make you go through and do a lot of that same stuff over again at the end of the game. It's like, really? You're going to pad the game out now? That's just... Oh, I love Castlevania Bloodlines. I love just about every linear Castlevania game. You know, the Game Boy ones I'm pretty lukewarm on. Particularly the third one. I just think they haven't aged great. Part 2 being the exception. I think Part 2 on Game Boy is still pretty cool. Dracula X on the Super Nintendo is probably my least favorite classic Vania, but it's still awesome. Like, it's kind of weird. It's like, oh, it's the worst one, but I'm like, oh, it's still really cool, actually. Like the original Castlevania series is one of my favorite franchises pretty much ever when it comes to video games. I should probably be looking at the chat, but I'm also trying to stay alive, so hold on a second, guys. I'm a tough critic. I'm just getting old, Arioka. I'm of the mindset that, oh, jeez. Never mind. Okay. Oh, let me kill these guys. I'm gonna look at the chat so I can ramble on some more. I just realized these guys are actually from Castlevania X68000. I was actually playing that one yesterday. And they're not the same, you know, in the same kind of armor or whatever, or outfits, but it's the same thing. They basically shoot arrows up. Alright. Twin Cobra. I love Twin Cobra. Genesis version is not my favorite. I think I'd rather play the PC Engine version because it's a little more colorful, and I actually like how the soundtrack works more, but I love Twin Cobra. Twin Cobra to me is like the precursor to Raiden. Like when Shibuya Kaihatsu made Raiden, they obviously took heavy influences from Toe Plant shmups, especially Twin Cobra. Wings of War I think is cool. Been a while since I finished it. Actually, I don't even know if I've ever finished it, but I used to play it a lot back in the day. Whip Rush! Whip Rush just is kind of mediocre, in my opinion. Sagaya Darius 2! Mediocre, in my opinion. I'm not a fan of really any Darius game up until Darius Gaiden. Forgotten Worlds. It's nifty. I'd much rather play the arcade version. Zero Wing. Not a fan. Steel Empire. Steel Empire is cool. Maybe Konami will make Apaches. Oh, jeez. Can I name one Sega game I do like? Castlevania Bloodlines, yeah. I like a lot of games, guys. It's just, you're listing off a lot of mediocre shoot-em-ups. Ghouls and Ghosts, amazing. Streets of Rage 2, amazing. I'm just reading off the chat. Least favorite consoles? Yeah, that's a little harsh. You know what one of my most least favorite consoles is? The CDI. You know, stuff like that, you know. F-Zero LMFAO. Will I be getting Bloodstain when it comes out? Yes, I will. I actually backed it, so I'm pretty much... I've got a digital copy reserved. For the Xbox One, most likely, when it comes out. Musha or Truxton? Jesus Christ. They're not even in the same ballpark, man. Definitely Musha by a long shot. I don't know if I agree with that, Arioka. I'm almost beginning to think that the PC Engine is the 16-bit shmup system. I know it's not really 16 bits, but same generation, you know? When you start thinking about, like, PC Engine CD games, I actually think the PC Engine CD is, or the PC Engine as a whole, is a much stronger shmup console than the Genesis. I never thought I'd say that, but, like, you pretty much named off, like, every shoot-'em-up on the Genesis, and I'm like, mediocre, dumb, stupid, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you could probably name off a lot of PC Engine stuff on CD, especially, and I'll be like, oh, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. You know, PC Engine CD has R-Type, Gradius 2, various versions of Raiden, Twin Cobra, you know, stuff like that. It's just even just those right there. Those are, you know, pretty heavy hitters. Francesco, yeah, I'm not going to do Master System stuff tonight. I will have to do a Master System stream sometime soon, because I do want to start doing more Master System Let's Plays. Seems like you guys like those. I've had requests to do Master System Let's Plays for quite some time, and I've done a few, like, 2014 I did a Master System Let's Play Marathon. Oh, come on. And after that, I didn't really do any other Master System Let's Plays until this month. So there's definitely a lot of Master System stuff I want to Let's Play. In particular, the first couple of Sonics. I would like to eventually Let's Play Wonder Boy, which that'll be really frustrating. I don't even like Soulfeast. It's because Soulfeast is crap. No, Soulfeast isn't crap. I just don't think it's, like, phenomenal. Like, phenomenal shmups to me is, like, Musha and Thunder Force 4. You know, stuff like that. Soulfeast to me is just boring. The sound effect package is pretty crappy. That actually is one of those games where your shots sound like farts. Seriously, play with the sound cranked up. Arioka, I say both. I don't have a preference when it comes to Lords of Thunder. It depends on the mood I'm in. Like, I like the soundtrack a lot more in the Sega CD one, and it's still badass in the Duo version as well. The Sega CD soundtrack is just much better produced. It sounds heavier, more like arena metal, you know? And, it's also a little bit easier. I like to play the PC Engine version when I'm feeling like a masochist, which lately has been more often than not. There's no doubt the PC Engine version looks better in certain regards, you know, much more background detail and stuff like that. Really cool stuff. I like both versions of Lords of Thunder. I think they're both great. I really hate spouting off my opinions like this, but you guys are like, yeah, what are your thoughts on this and that and that and this and that? Because in the end, I'm just going to come off sounding like a douche. An opinionated douche. Thanks, guys. Yeah, Andy, the screen is supposed to look like that. No, Francesco, you do realize Musha came out like the year or two before, right? I think you guys forget that Musha came out in 1990. it set a pretty damn high bar. Like, that was... wow. So, most of the shoot-em-ups you guys have named, you know, Truxton and Thunder Force 2 aside, probably came after Musha. Like, and then Undead Line in Japan, I think that was also 1990. Well, it might have even been 89 in Japan. And that's a pretty, really well-made shmup. Maybe we'll play Undead Line so you guys can see that. I don't know if you guys have really seen that game before. It's a Japanese import. I have not seen Odalis. I'll have to look into it. Debate is important. I haven't really played Aeroflash, but yeah, somebody did mention it. I love Android Assault. I don't think it's that engaging these days. Even on the hardest skill mode, it's kind of boring now, up until the last 2 levels of the game. But I do have a major soft spot for it. It was one of those shoot-em-ups I played back in the 90s a lot. You guys also got to keep in mind, I also need a challenge these days. And a lot of the shmups and 16-bit consoles aren't that challenging. Android Assault falls into that category. Even on the hardest skill mode, it's not super challenging until the last level or 2. But yeah, no, the production value in that game is phenomenal. It's great soundtrack, great graphics, nice and colorful. It's a crap ton better than Soul Feast. While I live in the United States, Francesco, Musha came out in the United States, as did Thunder Force 4. It was brought over here as Lightning Force. Oh yeah, Arioka Robo Alesta. I'm not a super fan of that. Not really a big fan. Played that after I played Musha, and I just not really into the feel of Robo Alesta. Combat does not feel satisfying in that game. It also doesn't feel as polished as Musha. Musha or Super Star Soldier? I actually don't really care for the Hudson Star Soldier series that much. So definitely Musha, by far. Yeah, don't even get me started on PC Engine, man. I'm gonna sound like a total ass. Because there's actually a lot of popular shooters on that system I don't care for. Like the Star Soldier games. Blazing Lasers. You can see my Let's Play of that if you want to hear me complain. Yeah, Dreamcast has some great shmups. Absolutely. Giga Wing's one of my favorites. Giga Wing 2, Mars Matrix, Gunbird 2. Those are just US releases. Cannon Spike is shmuppy. Ikaruga in Japan. You know. I did not grow up in Japan. I played games kind of hardcore back in the day. That's really all I did. And I started collecting at a young age. I was importing Saturn games when, you know, well, back then it wasn't super uncommon to import Saturn games. Because stores like Funkoland and Electronics Boutique were actually carrying them. I could beat Ikaruga. I probably can't now. Ikaruga is the kind of game you have to be really well practiced at because it's so disorienting. But yeah, I used to be able to 1cc Ikaruga back in the day without a problem. But I played it like crazy. I was never able to chain that well though, outside of the first couple of levels. I love certain shmups on the PC Engine Arioka. It's like any other platform. What I was saying is, I think the PC Engine probably has better shooters Like, I don't really like the Star Soldier games on PC Engine, right? I don't really like blazing lasers. But I can see, like, the production values and stuff like that, and I would rate them higher than a lot of those Genesis shoot-'em-ups you named. A lot of, like, the mediocre Genesis shoot-'em-ups. Even though I don't like them, I would much rather play them than play a lot of the Genesis shmups you named. Hey, Tempest, how you doing? You're so lucky. You are a lucky man indeed. Well, that was a good deal, Trevor. Gradius on PC Engine or NES? Well, that's easy, man. The PC Engine Gradius is so good. Way better than the NES one. Like, they actually improved the PC Engine version over the arcade one a little bit. It actually looks a little bit better. Probably sounds better. I think there's like an extra stage. Hey, Kevin Twiner, how you doing, man? I do not ever use Game Genie, no. I will use save states if I'm trying to practice a really difficult game for the first time. Like, when I beat Battletoads for the first time on Twitch, I got to the point where I was using save states to practice sections over and over again. At least I do that if it's games that have either brutal checkpoints or they have limited continues. And Battletoads has limited continues. Which PC Engine CD shooter can dethrone Musha? Lords of Thunder? Yeah, easily Lords of Thunder. I love Lords of Thunder, man. That's one of my favorite shooters of all time. Spriggan's okay. I like it, but it's... I like Spriggan more than Robo-LS, that's for sure. But I also don't think Spriggan's anything special either. I'd say it's above average. So shmups like Lords of Thunder, Musha, Thunder Force 4 from that era, those are like top tier. Gradius 2, those are top tier for that era to me. And then you've got stuff like Spriggan, you know, shooters like that. That's above average to me. I'd probably classify... God, would I classify the PC Engine writing as top tier or above average? And then there's a whole bunch of other shmups that are average, and that's where I place a lot of the shooters I can see the production value in, but I don't really care for that much. God, you guys are gonna get me to make like a worst to best video just right here on the spot, aren't you? Hate is such a strong word, Francesco. I feel like you've got it out for me, man. What the hell? No, on the contrary, I love the Panzer Dragoon series. That's one of my favorite games in Saturn, both parts 1 and 2. And Panzer Dragoon Orta on the original Xbox, to me, is like one of the best games of that generation, period. Sapphire, I hear, is excellent, but I never had an arcade card, unfortunately. So that's on my to-do list eventually. I want to get an arcade card so I can play Sapphire. But I've seen videos and it looks actually quite amazing. Francesco, have you even played Panzer Dragoon Orta? You do know that the auto-targeting is one of your 3 forms, and it's insanely weak, right? So you clearly haven't played Panzer Dragoon Orta very much. That game absolutely requires you to use every single one of your 3 styles that you have. You cannot just Well, your mid style, basically your stock fire, that's kind of like from Panzer Dragoon 1 or 2. You could, if you're really good, get away with using that for the whole game, but you're going to be switching for all styles. I keep looking at the chat. I keep taking damage. Trust me, the Panzer Dragoon Orta is designed in a way where it's designed perfectly around the 3 firepower styles that you have. And trust me when I say there are going to be points where you have to switch to the auto-targeting mode. But then you're going to have to switch back to your more powerful modes because you're not going to be doing damage otherwise. Okay, Francesco, touche, but please don't ever assume I hate everything. Yeah, exactly, Arioka. Exactly, Arioka. It's actually aged phenomenally. If they did a HD remaster of that, and didn't do anything to it, I bet you it would still look pretty amazing. I mean, it's really, it's just a stunning game in many regards. The replay value is crazy. Yeah, I'm just an old man with a special part in my heart for Sulfies. Fair enough. Fair enough. I gotta stop looking at the chat when she's doing this. Yeah, this part just requires all your focus. I always forget about that. You have to do it just right. Scorcher? What game is that, Francesco? Actually, what's making this a little bit harder is that my whip is powered down because I died. And I never die at this part, really. Are you talking Scorcher, the racing game? Because I actually have that right here next to me. That's one of my favorite Saturn games. Arioka, yeah, Saturn, easy. Saturn by far. I tell people that the Saturn has so many different styles of shoot-'em-ups on it. It's where the bullet hell genre basically began. You know, we got games like Batsugan and Dodonpachi and stuff like that. Yeah, we got ports of older shmups, like we got some Thunder Force games. We got, hell, even Thunder Force 5. We got Gradius 1 and 2. We got some Parodius games. There's just a whole lot of variety on the Saturn. You've got a Capcom arcade compilation, so you've got like 1942 and 3. You know, Sikio's got a bunch of games. The first Gunbird, the first 2 Strikers, 1945 games. Radiant Silvergun, just, Radiant Silvergun. Radiant freaking Silvergun. I can't believe you can't jump over that. Oh, really? You can duck it? I had no idea. I had no idea. We're probably gonna get hurt badly. I don't know. I had no idea you could duck those. That's actually really good to know. No, Francesco. I'm not playing the Saturn right now, so it's a little hard to play Scorcher. I think I've got a live stream archive of that game on my YouTube channel. Yeah, no, I love Scorcher. I could probably rip through that game really quickly if I did play it. We'll eventually do a Saturn stream once I get my pseudo-Saturn figured out. Actually, I don't really think there's a whole lot of figuring out to do. I just need to burn some CDs. Is the Atari Jaguar the best console for any genre? If crap was a genre, then yeah, I think it would probably be best for that. No, that's super harsh. I love the Jaguar, man. I've got a lot of videos on the Jag here. Not really, Arioka. I don't think it's really the best at anything. I mean, it does have one of the best, you know, classic arcade remakes ever, which is Tempest 2000. But other systems have more than just one really good. Well, I guess Defender 2000's okay. Missile Command 3D is pretty cool. I don't know. You could potentially argue it's one of the best old consoles for arcade remakes. Because that genre, like, there's a lot of arcade remakes in the 90s. You know, you had like Asteroids and Space Invaders and the PS1 Missile Command, stuff like that. And a lot of them were just kind of average, like Robotron X. A lot of them were just kind of average, but like Tempest 2000 on the Jag especially was just like way above average. It was in phenomenal territory, really. Yeah. Yep, Wolfenstein was fantastic on Jaguar, and it's one of my favorite places to play Wolfenstein 3D. Yeah, no, well, Arioka, I don't think I can say that the Jag is really the best in any genre, unfortunately. It just lived such a short life that, aside from a few, you know, exceptions, it didn't do anything, like, exceedingly well, unfortunately. I should say phenomenally well. It had quite a few actually decent, you know, decent and good games on it, which is why I still enjoy the system quite a bit, but it doesn't have a lot that is truly phenomenal, unfortunately. It has a lot of, like, really unique, kind of like quirky games and stuff like that. I'm gonna stop looking at the chat so I can actually, you know, not get hit. Yeah, the weapon switching on Jag Doom, that's easily one of the best parts about it. Like, when I play, like, PlayStation Doom, or even the Xbox 360 Doom, I feel like when I get cornered, I'm at a major disadvantage. Like, I spend half my time trying to cycle through to the right weapon, and the cycle order doesn't even make sense on, like, the Xbox 360 version in particular. But with the Jaguar version, I can just, you know, hit the key, you know, on the number keypad, which is awesome. I really like the number key concept. Like, it works so well for certain games, like Doom. Iron Soldier is another perfect example where it works great. Alright, we just beat the game. Yeah, I had to focus. I keep looking at the chat and I would keep dying. Alright. Oh, geez, somebody mentioned Bubsy. Somebody mentioned Bubsy. Andy, what Saturn games do I have in mind to play? Definitely Radiant Silvergun, definitely Scorcher. I'd like to visit some of the shmups. I actually have a complete copy of Duke Nukem 3D here next to me as well. I would like to eventually go and play through that. Power Slave, stuff like that. I wouldn't mind revisiting Quake, even though it's kind of a terrible version. I know there's a lot of other stuff on the Saturn I'd like to do. Both Panzer Dragoons, I'd like to Let's Play that. Both of those, sorry. Alright, PS1 also has many shmups. Yeah, a lot of consoles actually have a lot of shmups. Unless you're the Jaguar. Or CDI. Or Pippin. Crap is for Gamecom. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'll give you that one. Francesco found me through Amok. Francesco asks, do you remember Loaded? I do remember Loaded. I actually have that. Wolfenstein was actually great on Jaguar. I agree. Totally. Francesco is having old man moments. Yeah, Doom on the Jaguar, guys, is actually pretty good. The only problem with it, really, is the fact that there's no music. That's the biggest problem. Jag version did have more than the 32X version. The 32X version has actually recently been patched to have all the levels that the Jaguar version had. So they definitely could have done it back in the day. The 32X one was kind of rushed, but it still plays really well, actually. Actually, I think 32X Doom plays better than Jag Doom. It's more responsive. Frame rates are about the same. But yeah, the keypad on the Jag controller was great for certain games. Arioka, you're absolutely right. Some games had potential on the Jag, but were lacking polish. Checkered Flag, Club Drive, Fight for Life, Trevor McFur, Cybermorph. Yeah, absolutely. Cybermorph is still, I think, kind of a fun game when you get into it and figure out what you're doing. But Fight for Life, Checkered Flag, Club Drive, even Trevor McFur, I don't think there are very many redeeming qualities in those games, unfortunately. Trevor McFur is at least playable. It runs smooth, but it's just really boring, mediocre. Checkered Flag is just a mess. Kasumi Ninja versus Ultra Vortek. Definitely Ultra Vortek. Kasumi Ninja more for laughs. I mean, neither is great. Ultra Vortek is often touted as like the Jaguar fighting game, but it's not. It's still a poor man's Mortal Kombat. It has pretty much no combos to speak of. The frame rate is like sub 24 frames a second, it seems like. Ultra Vortek needed to bake a little bit longer. It's got some really cool graphics and stuff like that, but cool graphics don't make a good game, unfortunately. Duke Nukem on the N64, yeah, Tempest, that's it's really solid. It's just my big thing about that, it's kind of like Jag Doom syndrome. It has no in-game music. So I really don't like playing Duke Nukem on the N64 because of that. It's just so weird playing Duke Nukem without the backing soundtrack. Not as good as Tech War. Oh, jeez. We should all be playing Tech War right now. Hey, Ronnie, did Tech War have multiplayer? Kasumi Ninja versus Way of the Warrior. I'd actually rather play Kasumi Ninja because it doesn't run at like an insane frame rate. Kasumi Ninja at least has a rock solid frame rate in game. And I can actually progress in Kasumi Ninja. I can't get anywhere Way of the Warrior because it's so choppy. Pick one fighting game to be on a desert island with. Way of the Warrior, Kasumi Ninja, or Ultra Vortex. Well, hell, man, why not throw in like Iron and Blood on PS1 and you know, like Criticom and stuff like that. Oh man, this is like bottom of the barrel territory. I mean, obviously Ultra Vortex, Ultra Vortex actually has the most depth of all those games. Well, Way of the Warrior has a lot of secrets and stuff, but man, is it just a choppy mess. Andy, because I'm scrolling up through the chat. Wait, the stream isn't working? Oh, yeah, if you're talking like, why is the chat not populating on the stream? Yeah, it's because I'm scrolling through the chat. You guys were typing pretty quickly, man. I had to go back and reread everything. If I was stuck on a desert island with Ronnie, I would say Kasumi Ninja, because then we could play that all day. But otherwise, I'd have to pick Ultra Vortex. Clockwork Knight walkthrough. I have a Let's Play of Clockwork Knight on my channel. Well, to be fair, Ronnie, Biofreaks is probably a hell of a lot better than pretty much all those fighting games combined. Trevor, you're probably thinking of Battle Monsters on the Saturn. And Battle Monsters is actually pretty fun. It's actually got decent combat. And, it just looks cheesy as hell. Pit Fighter on the SNES. Give me Pit Fighter on the Genesis and I'd probably be okay with that. Guardians of the Hood. Your life is full of FPS and shmups. Alright, well... So you guys really want shmups, huh? I'll be honest, I'm not really in a shmup mood right now on the Genesis. As crazy as that sounds. I'm usually in the mood to play a shmup, but there's just a lot of them I really don't care for on the Genesis. I think our conversation earlier about shoot 'em ups made me not want to play Genesis shoot 'em ups. Thanks, guys. Thanks for making me hate one of my favorite genres. See, now I'm going to feel like pressured to play something good like Musha, and I don't even... Oh, we'll do Undead Line, that's right. We'll get wrecked by Undead Line. I have a feeling a lot of you guys probably haven't seen this one. Guardian Heroes is phenomenal, yes. Gunstar Heroes is probably a no, because I do want to... I'm actually trying to plan on Let's Playing that sometime soon, so I don't want to spoil things there. Just play Sonic. It's always time for Gunstar Heroes. Hey, Executioner. Vapor Trail. I haven't played Vapor Trail in a long time. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, Roddy, Shadow is pretty god-awful, unfortunately. Contra Hardcore. We could do Contra Hardcore. Not right now, but we'll, yeah, we could also do some fighting games, too. I like playing, like, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat on stream. Not much, Executioner. Thanks for stopping in, dude. Mountain Dew that I still haven't finished. I don't really hate Kid Chameleon. I just I haven't played it enough. It didn't really grab me when I played it. I mean, it seemed cool, but it's one of those games I haven't spent enough time with. I think I got to the second level and that was it, and then I just never went back to it. So one of these days I'll spend some time with it. Yeah, Executioner. No, man, it's I did a test YouTube gaming stream about a month and a half ago, and I liked it, and I did another one. That's where I did my 24-hour stream, actually. But there's a lot of people over here that don't go to Twitch, apparently. So, you know, I want to try to stream over here too sometimes. So what I'm going to be trying to do is streaming over on YouTube maybe like twice a month. On Thursdays, most likely. So just a heads up again for anybody that's just tuning in. And, I forgot. I should probably change the game title. I do not have a Kid Icarus vid, no. I might eventually do one. I've actually been really hesitant on doing a lot of Nintendo stuff because they copyright claim all their core franchises that anybody still cares about. They probably will copyright claim Kid Icarus. So, I'm actually really surprised they didn't copyright claim Mario Land 2 for the Game Boy. I did a Let's Play on that a couple of months ago, and no copyright claim. It was really weird. Same with the first Super Mario Land. I was really, really surprised. Yeah, their console stuff they're really bad about. Although I did notice some franchises they don't worry about as much. Like my F-Zero Let's Play didn't get claimed, and I did the entire game. I don't think Donkey Kong Country is going to get claimed either. But if I do like Mario World, that sucker gets claimed like instantly. So that's why you guys don't see me do many Nintendo games, unfortunately. I am on the Nintendo Creators Program, but they take such a huge chunk out of your earnings, and you don't have control of like ad placement and stuff like that. So it's just not worth it, basically. Let's play of Mario page. Oh man, I don't know what I would draw. Reminds you of Nightmare. Yeah, it's kind of similar. This actually, I believe, I don't think it had an MSX version. I'm pretty sure this had an X68000 version, maybe a PC88 or something like that version in Japan. It's really a shame this never came outside of Japan because it's one of the better made shooters in the system for the time it came out. I mean, this was, I believe, either 89 or 90 on the Mega Drive. It was a pretty early shoot 'em up. It's very, very difficult, though. I'm probably going to get wrecked, and then we're just going to end up looping the same section over and over. No, this isn't really shmup and run-a-gun. You don't have control over your you don't have control over your aim at all in this game. It's not like Elemental Master where you can aim back and forth. This is definitely pure shmup. You're just a dude walking on the ground instead of a ship flying in the air, so... Alright, let's see what you guys are saying. Oh geez, another bad fighting game is Time Killers. Kid Chameleon needs a world map and a save system. Yeah. That kind of sums up Flink for me on the Mega Drive and the Sega CD. It needs a save system. Some of those platformers were way too long for a single sitting. Oh, no, Arioka, we don't need Awesome Plays European developers 16-bit games. I will probably lose all of the few subscribers I actually have. That's what Twitch is for. I can do dumb things over at Twitch, Arioka. Oh, Executioner, you caught a little bit of that Ronnie party thing last week? That's awesome, man. Oh, man. Some urban champion. You know what's sad is I would probably get a Nintendo copyright claim playing Urban Champion. Alright. Man, which level do I want to do? They're all tough. I'm gonna go with this one. Andy, I do not have an Amiga. I'd like to eventually get one, but they're pretty expensive, unfortunately. I do have an Atari ST. I'm gonna try to do an Atari ST stream sometime in the near future. Now that October's over with, I can sort of get a game plan going with like some of the other stuff I want to stream and mess around with. I'd love to get a Commodore 64. I'd love to get a Sharp X68000 from Japan. I'd like to get an FM Towns computer. There's a lot of stuff I want, and I have no money to buy it. It sucks. I need to find a different job or find a roommate. So I can start buying stuff again. Yeah, it wasn't worth taking that hit, unfortunately. In this game, there's no way to get your health back, so taking a hit is really bad. The only way to get your health back is by dying completely. Yeah, so this game is pretty crazy, isn't it? It's a very, very challenging game. And this is what I like in shoot-'em-ups. I like games that are tough. And just a lot of the shoot-'em-ups on the classic systems are not very challenging in the early stages. And so to me, a lot of them are just boring for much of the game. But Undead Line is pretty brutal right from the beginning. And that's definitely something that's good for me. Ronnie wants a game. Y2J, how many systems do I own? I think it's something like, including modern system, it's probably something like 25 or maybe a couple more. I think I have like 18 or 19 systems hooked up in here in this game room. Neo Geo and Atari Lynx. Yeah, those are... The Lynx is actually a really, really cool system. Yeah, actually, thanks for the reminder. I have a replacement screen for my links, too. I need to install sometime soon. I've had it for about 2 months now, and I haven't gotten around to installing it. My links has a dead screen, but it still has audio and everything. The games still work, so probably just a bad screen, and a fellow Atari Age user sent me a new screen. Not a new screen, but a replacement screen. So we'll see if that does it. Did that blue potion give me health back? I don't know. I'm kind of curious now. Oh yeah, one of the things about this game is the checkpoint system is kind of crappy. Arioka I have on Twitch, yes. I actually did a Neo Geo CD only stream about a month and a half ago on Twitch. I actually ended up beating Cyberlip for the first time. I ended up rolling through it a couple more times, so I'll probably eventually do a Let's Play on that sometime in the near future. I played some Crossed Swords. I played, not Ninja Commando, it was one of like the Ninja beat-em-up games on the Neo Geo. One of the earlier games in the system. I forgot what it was called. How do I balance what systems I want to play? Y2J, a lot of my game time now is determined by the internet, you know, YouTube and Twitch and so forth. I actually don't do a whole lot of gaming just by myself anymore. It's usually either practicing for a YouTube video or it's for streaming on Twitch. A lot of my actual regular quote-unquote game time is actually spent with my pinball machines now. Like, if I just want to play a game now, a lot of times I'll just play my pinball machines instead. Because I do so much gaming on Twitch and YouTube and so forth, retro gaming. But as far as like streams and stuff like that, it's just kind of... Sometimes I'll have the urge to say just play NES, which has actually been most of October. I've just wanted to play NES all month, thanks to the AVS console by Retro USB. And tonight I just kind of had the urge to play the Genesis. And it wasn't even so much having the urge, like the Genesis was right next to my capture card in this room. And I was like, oh, you know, I haven't played Genesis in a while, so let's do that. And so here we are. What's going to happen is over the next, you know, this month, for instance, now that October's over, I'm not doing horror-themed Let's Plays anymore. I'll probably end up just playing whatever on stream, and then Let's Plays will just kind of come out of that. And I guess we'll kind of just see where things go. Arioka, yes, Ninja Combat, that's it. Yep. don't really know what you're talking about, Francesco. You did see how often I died even with this firepower, right? The reason I'm using this firepower is because it makes it a hell of a lot easier to deal with all the enemies on screen. I'm not liking your attitude, man. I'm not liking it one bit. No, sir. What? Oh, you gotta be kidding me! You could fall off the edge and die. Holy crap! I never knew that. Wow. What a buzzkill. See here, I can play with this crappy-ass axe. And then you can quickly see why I'm using the weapon I'm using. It's pretty much the only way I've been able to figure out how to beat this game. No, seriously though, Francesco, it's kind of annoying, dude. Seriously. Don't get on my bad side, please. Sega Multi-Mega. Yeah, great death. Yeah, no, it's definitely really interesting that you can upgrade your power-ups in this game. Absolutely. I guess one of my main issues with the game is that it's insanely difficult with any other weapon. And even with this weapon, it's still difficult. Like, I'm dodging all over the place. I'm moving my character, changing the position of my firepower patterns in order to actually hit the enemies on screen. I'm not just waving around mindlessly. I'm actually moving around, trying to make sure my spread shots are actually hitting very specific enemies. There's actually a lot going on in my head right now as I play this. Oh yeah, you also have a shield button in this game. So using that is actually quite important. Yeah, the leaping lava, very much like Life Force. Okay, so let's not fall to our death. Amstrad Mega PC. Yeah, I've vaguely heard about that, but I'm not too familiar with it myself, Andy. This guy has two projectiles, and you can actually destroy them. So I'm constantly destroying the one in his left hand right now. Otherwise, he fires out both, or two at the same time, which is really hard to deal with. So let's just not fall to our death again, yeah. Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about, Francesco. How can you say a game is so easy if you're not even playing it? It makes absolutely no sense. Alright, so this is where things are going to get kind of hairy. We're just going to die over and over. Oh, shoot. So you get this bomb attack. Not really a bomb attack, but this shield thing. I'm making it look easy. I've died like 5 times. How is that making it look easy? If I was making it look easy, we would have beaten the game already. Cyberlip probably didn't have a sequel because they made Metal Slug. Actually, I think Metal Slug came much later. Much later. Yeah, I don't know, Arioka. It's actually kind of... Oh, snap. 2 quick capris out there. How you doing, man? The GX 4000, is that an Amstrad megadrive hybrid? I wasn't really focusing or following. 2 Quick Capri's really into like the obscure computer hardware and stuff like that. He's the one that sold me my my FM Towns Marty, and then definitely helpfully informed me about Japanese FM Towns computers. So next time I invest in that platform, I'll definitely be investing in a FM Towns computer, and probably not another Marty unless I become rich, you know, because I do still like collecting consoles. Not good. Yeah, this game is so cool. Like, there's a lot of creativity in this game, like the enemy designs and so forth, and just the variety of the scope of enemies. It's just very, very nice. So when you guys see me rail on a lot of Genesis shmups, it's because they're not like this. They don't have that amazing variety. I don't even remember how I'm supposed to deal with this guy. That's one of the problems with this game, is it's been a good 10 years since I've really beaten this game, and so I don't remember the patterns. I used to be able to... I got good enough at this game to be able to finish it consistently and, you know, with 1 credit clears, basically. A long time ago, I actually imported a copy. I first played this game in emulation. Somehow found it in emulation back in the late 90s, and then, in about 2000... I think it about 2005, I actually got a physical copy of it. A friend of mine went to Japan and came home with a copy for me. He was like, "Hey, I'm going to Japan. Do you want me to look out for anything?" And I said, "Yes, Undead Line." And he actually came back with a copy. And I actually really learned how to play it. I played the hell out of it. I love the music in this game. It's just solid graphics for the year, like 1990 or whatever. It's good stuff. We're probably going to end up switching to a different game, because you're just going to see me doing the same sections over and over again. But... spread shot weapons or the multiple shot weapons are definitely the most useful in this game. Yeah, we're gonna switch to a different game. Or maybe I'll just at least get a game over and switch to a different level. No, we're gonna switch to a different game. I'm getting my ass handed to me. Yeah, Ronnie, game is super challenging. Arioka, did I end up having the audio problem with my Marty totally fixed? Not really. It wasn't so much an audio problem as it was it just didn't want to read discs occasionally problem. And so I ended up selling it back to Too Quick, who's in the chat here. He could have been a dick and been like, "No, I don't want it. I don't want to buy it back." But he was a gentleman and bought it back off of me, so that really helped me out. So yeah, I no longer have the FM Towns Marty, unfortunately. If it was fully working, I would have been happy to keep it, but it was just giving me so much trouble. Let's see, what are you guys saying? Holy Shiites, Dracula. Yeah, this game has a lot of classic monsters in it. Yeah, Arioka, the music and graphics in this game are pretty solid, and it was 1991, but I mean still, this was, yeah, first 2 years the Genesis was out. Granted, this is Mega Drive, so no Chakan, Kevin. Sorry, man, I actually suck at Chakan. How often did the Marty not work for me? Quite frequently. Pretty much every other time I would use it, it would just not read discs in the beginning. And then I had to fiddle with the lens itself, and then discs would magically start working when I did that. And then when it was working, when I had good gameplay sessions on it, it would start to sort of just fizzle out over time. So... was it on every game? Yes, Too Quick it was. Yes. Is it working perfectly fine for you? Because that would be really ironic. Yeah, Kevin, maybe one of these days I'll eventually get good at Chakan. It's one of those games on my to-do list. Does anybody else want Mortal Kombat? Otherwise, I can do Ghouls and Ghosts if you guys want. Still in that Halloween vibe. Menace, yes, it's like Elemental Master, but a hell of a lot harder. And you're not able to shoot behind you without a very specific weapon. Yeah, not feeling Dynamite Heady right now. I had a decent session on that on Twitch a few months back, and kind of burnt out on Dynamite Heady. Mortal Kombat is cool. Okay, that's 2 votes for MK. Oh no, Arioka. Don't even get me started on Flink, man. Have you ever finished Flink, Arioka? Please, anybody that like really praises Flink, please tell me you've actually finished it. Because if you haven't, I think you're full of crap. I think Flink is one of the worst designed games. Like, it's so frustrating. You guys have no idea if you've never really played it before. I never did do Double Dragon 2. I remember it being a really poor conversion, so I never really had this desire to go back and try to really do it. Really too quick? Okay. The limit... You moved the limit switch stop and greased the worm gear. Okay. Don't start with me, Andy. Replace European with Japanese, and I'd agree with you, Andy. X-Men on the Genesis? I would love to eventually be able to do those, but they're so difficult, man. They're so hard. X-Men 2 I can actually get quite far into, but I've never been able to finish it without cheating. X-Men 1, I've gotten a few levels into, and that's it. I never got terribly far in that either. Too quick, sometimes it was, well, it depends on what you mean by acting up. Like, it had 2 separate issues, I guess. One, it would either not read a disc at all, like the drive would start spinning, and then it would stop spinning, and nothing would load. Or when it was working, I don't know, it could be a half hour, it could be 20 minutes in certain cases, and then, or 10 minutes in some other cases, and in that case, I would just fiddle with the lens, and then things would eventually start working. Some of you guys out there probably saw my Marty streams, and you guys saw me dick around with the Marty, and you saw some of the issues I had with it live in person. Streets of Rage 3, that's one I want to revisit sometime. I've never finished it. I've never actually finished or gone all the way through Streets of Rage 3. And one of the things I probably want to do this upcoming year is do the first Streets of Rage. I practiced it a little bit on Twitch, got to the final level. I don't think I was able to get to actually the final boss. But it's a game I just need to put some more practice in. Kevin, yes, I think it's worth the price. It seems like an insane price at first, but then you start using it, and then you're like, oh, this is kind of amazing. I kind of wish I bought it sooner. So yes, I definitely think it's worth it. All right. Oh yeah, X-Men was one of those games that had those... Oh, you had to go reset your console at the end. I completely forgot about that. I do like how in X-Men 2, you can actually just keep resetting the console to get the character you want on the very first intro stage. Alright, so maybe what I'll do is, guess I'll do a quick round of Mortal Kombat. What Mortal Kombat do you guys want? Do you want 1, 2, or 3? Or Ultimate? You guys sit there and discuss amongst yourselves. I want to go use the restroom and grab another soda of some kind. So I'll be back. Alright, what did you guys say? MK2, MK2, MK1, MK2. Three for Ultimate. Oh. Alright, I actually haven't played Ultimate that often on this stream, so we'll go ahead and do Ultimate MK3. Unfortunately, it's not great on the Genesis. It's basically MK3. So it doesn't look very good. The Genesis version of MK3 especially did not look great. It was actually the version I owned when I was a kid, so I played the hell out of the Genesis MK3, but it really, even back in the day, it didn't look very good, unfortunately. But I do have a soft spot for MK3 on Genesis, just because I owned it back then. Cup of tea. I think Mortal Kombat on Sega CD is probably the best way to play Mortal Kombat on a 16-bit console. It's got some load times, but aside from that, it looks pretty good. It sounds the best. It's got, you know, details that were chopped out of other versions. Like when you knock people into the pit on the Sega CD one, you see like the heads on the spikes and bodies and stuff like that. It's even got some of the Mortal Kombat movie themes on it if you pop the disc into a CD player. Wow, thanks game. It just exited me out automatically. Mutant League Hockey, yeah. I could try that sometime. The load times on Mortal Kombat 1 I think are really overstated. MK1 on the Sega CD, I really think they're quite overstated. Yep, this is actual hardware. I might be using a flash cart, hint hint, but this is actual hardware. Oh, that's right, I'm not using classic Sub-Zero. Whoa there. Feels like these controls aren't very responsive. Man, this game looks awful. I think the Framemeister actually makes it look worse. One of the great things about the Framemeister is that it really can make some games look better. You start seeing detail that you didn't see before. But in a game like Mortal Kombat 3 on the Genesis, where it looked really bad to begin with, it just... you see all those really bad details even better, or more clearly, and so it looked even worse. You know, as they say, you can't polish a turd. I see in you, well, technically there is. There's, the Rhea and Phoebe, which replaces your Saturn's disk drive, I believe. And, I care, Francesco, because I could be playing Mortal Kombat 3 on a different system that has really nice graphics, so I can have fun and graphics. It's called having your cake and eating it too. What a concept. What a phenomenal concept. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 3's best port was on the PS1, absolutely. That was an awesome version. I'd love to get the original PS1 version again. Jeez, man, this is not responsive at all. I'm doing my inputs and it's barely working. Alright, Francesco, you're kind of like borderline trolling now, dude. Which is pretty damn annoying. Yeah, I totally agree, Executioner. I totally agree, man. Remember I had friends back in middle school that... which system? Oh, Saturn. The Saturn version of this game looks great. But also, they released this on Xbox 360, which I have. So, I mean, I'm mainly playing this right now. I'm just making a point. I'm playing it right now. I'm having fun with it. But if I really, really wanted to play Ultimate MK3, I would play it on Xbox 360. Or if I had it on Saturn, I would play it there. But we're doing a Genesis stream, and I asked people what Mortal Kombat they wanted to see, and Ultimate got the most votes, so we're doing Ultimate.
Round 2, fight.
definitely not super responsive, unfortunately. And I don't remember Scorpion's fatality in Ultimate. It looks like Game Boy Color quality. It's not, yeah, it's not amazing. That's for sure. I mean, like, this is one of those examples where I actually noticed it back in the day. I had the original MK3 for Genesis, and I played the hell out of it. It was one of my most played games back then. But, man, they really did a rush job with the graphics, unfortunately. Good old MK AI. Okay. That was weird. Motaro on Saturn Ultimate MK3. Yeah, I did a Let's Play on the arcade MK3 a couple years back, and I just got wrecked at Motaro over and over and over and over again. I have not tried Ultimate MK3 on the DS.
Round one, fight.
Yeah, I actually played a lot of War Gods back in the day on N64 specifically. I actually liked War Gods. Once I realized it was basically Mortal Kombat 3, like reskinned. You know, it basically had the same kind of gameplay. The combat system was dial-a combo. You had a run function. I had fun with it. Not great, but if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, you'll probably end up enjoying War Gods once you figure it out. I'd like to play the arcade version of War Gods. That'd be pretty cool. I've never seen it out in the wild, though, unfortunately. Ultimate Mortal Kombat was a good port in the DS. Yeah, I heard it was good, but I've never played it. That's cool. I'm glad to see it turned out well. Unfortunately, Mortal Kombat Advance was not so fortunate. Yeah, I liked Mace and Dark Rift as well. I wouldn't say the N64 really had any phenomenal fighting games, but it actually had a lot of like kind of like average ones that are still fun to play. You know, War Gods, Mace, Dark Rift, stuff like that. I do like MK Trilogy on N64. It gets knocked a lot, I think, mainly because the PS1 version is a thing in the Saturn version. But it's still a solid game on N64. Thrill kill. Get that canceled game action in there, Executioner. Hey, Simbin, what's up, man? Glad to have you, dude. Oh, you played Mason Arcades. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I bet the arcade version looked a good bit better than the N64 one.
Round one, fight.
Oh, you did a video on Thrill Kill? That's hilarious, man. Oh, it's not a rotation, it's just down forward and low kick. Okay. I thought you had to do like a quarter circle forward. I'm getting my ass handed to me in this game. A lot of times when I play MK3, I have to resort to characters like Smoke, where you just spam the hell out of things. You just cheese the characters. Ah, playing with some networking gear. I should probably play with some networking gear too. Yeah, Simbin, I saw that, man.
Flawless victory.
I don't even know if I'm gonna try it, honestly, because my computer... I tried Doom 64 EX, and unfortunately didn't go so well on this computer.